One of the reasons, the main reason we pulled this conference together was to let Oklahomans know what things they might do or avoid doing today on what we're calling a no-burn day. Phrases of life-threatening fire day, and you know, as we know, any fire that gets started today is going to show explosive growth and move fast. So to that end, we wanted to ask for the media's help to let Oklahomans know when we say it's a no-burn day, we really mean that today. And it includes things like even a decision to use a charcoal grill to go out and weld on your property. Today's not the day. Tomorrow's not the day. So simple things like that. If you're pulling a trailer, really make sure there's no chains or wires dragging behind that trailer. We've seen fires starting along highways and interstates where sparks are coming off of that. So if everyone in Oklahoma pays special attention today and tomorrow, we really feel like through getting the word out through you, we can stop a lot of new fires. Having said that, there were a lot of fires across the state yesterday that were ongoing through the night because we had no relief from a burn period. Normally we see that fire lay down at night, but yesterday things just kept burning through the night, and they're continuing to go today. And so I'd like to ask Mark Goler, Oklahoma Forestry Services Fire Management Chief, to talk more about operationally what happened yesterday.
We had numerous fires across the state yesterday. It wasn't really concentrated on any one particular area. Now, we did have areas that had fire behavior that was much accelerated and much greater than the rest of the state, and I'll point that out. But if we look at the state map, there were initial attack activity throughout LaFleur County, across through Pittsburgh, Seminole, Pottawatomie, and then roughly down through this quadrant state. Very quiet activity in the southeastern corner of the state, which reflects the green up that we've had and the rainfall and the trees starting to leaf out. So that is one blessing for us in regards to fire activity in that part of the state and not having to worry about any resource drain, and we're able to bring resources out from there. Roughly 4 fires that were very problematic and continued to burn throughout the night, and I'll address those. We have the 34 complex, which is burning in Woodward County, in just to the north of Woodward in the Moreland area. That fire has burned from Highway 34 all the way across to Highway 50. We're estimating that fire size to be right at 115,000 acres right now. One of the other fires that we had was the roadside fire, which was also in Woodward County. That fire is listed around 1,500 acres. Another fire that we had that started near Leedy in Dewey County, that has burned over 25 miles, has crossed the Canadian River and burned into Woodward County all the way up to US 270. So we're estimating at least 25 miles in length and a few miles wide. And so that fire is estimated right now at 80,000 acres. In Roger Mills County, we have the Shaw Fire, which started north of Raiden, and it started on private land and also has burned in parts of the Black Kettle National Grasslands. So that's kind of a multi-jurisdictional fire as well. That fire we estimate around 3,500 acres, and our firefighting resources have been very successful on that fire and are working to mop that up. We aren't showing much containment on that because of the weather conditions that we expect today.
The weather conditions that supported those fires yesterday will be spreading east into central Oklahoma today. So we have pretty great concern. And again, one of the reasons for the press conference is to kind of get word out, help people understand that they need to be very careful today. We're going to see relative humidities generally in the 10 to 15% range push into central Oklahoma during the afternoon, with very strong winds that will be sustained around 25 to 30, and in some places 30 to 35 miles an hour, mainly across west central and southwest Oklahoma. And when you couple that with the very persistent excessive drought that we've had over portions of western Oklahoma, where some areas have gone about 185 days without a quarter of an inch of rainfall, this couples to what we consider extremely critical and in some areas historic fire weather.
Our state and local and municipal fire departments on our high alert, ready for today, and the possibility that we'll be seeing an event somewhat similar to what we saw on April 9th of 2009. And if you don't remember that, that was a fire outbreak that burned 300,000 acres in approximately one day and impacted the metro area and other areas down throughout central Oklahoma. Very similar and very eerie similarities to that event is going to occur today. So we are prepared for the worst. We're hoping for the best.